All right. 1 second. I need my hip scarf. And then we'll get started. That'll be 3 hours pound town.
This could be your year. Make an old man proud of you. Forget about the tears on the level. See me eye to eye. Stand up like a man, even from the other side. On the level, on the level. Never had a choice. Never had a chance. Never had a voice. On the level, carrying a name. Fall onto my final day. But who's there left to blame? On the level, on the level. On the level, on the level, on the level.
Elbow to the floor, knee soft, roll up, vertebra at a time. Shoulders relaxed. Head's the last thing to come up. Move forward. Again. On. Hold. Turning part. Take out from the east.
Okay. If you need anything else, stretch it out. Stretch and shake. I'm going to turn this up a little for my people who are in the class. Okay, let's take just a moment and talk a little bit about what we're doing today. So, oh, one second. All right. So, what we are, okay, let me restart. So, ATS FCBD is a format that is contained at this point. It is not going to expand. It's not going to grow. There might be some novel ways that we see some things, but the reality is most of it is pretty well contained in a box. So I say that because the rules and structure are necessary in order to improv dance with other people from around the world. Okay. So I consider that what's inside the box. That's our house. Level 1 is the foundation, the cement in the ground. Level 2 is which is volume 4, which is the framing. It's the frame that sits on top. Level 3 is volume 7. That is, you know, your roof, your sides, your walls. From my perspective, some people consider it complete through the classic, which is volumes 1 and 4. But level 3 to me is the windows, the roof, that sort of thing. And volume 9, which I consider level 4, is the decorating. That's the stuff inside of it. That's inside the house. ATS is that house. It is that box. It is that square. And that is what it contains. Everything that we are working on is outside of that house in what I consider the garden or the yard. We're working in an area where it fits with the house, but it's not in the house. I just want to make that abundantly clear to anybody who is looking at these, because there were 2 things that I did that are not technically FCBD/ATS, and I need them to do these moves. And the first one is a torso twist that's right-sided. So customarily, our torso twist starts on the left and rolls through to the other side. This torso twist starts on the right and counterbalances over and finishes on the left. So it's the same movement in the shoulders, simply mirrored. It's flipped on its end and started on the other side. We need this move in order to perform one of the other moves that is within the Tamarind format of moves. If anybody has questions on the Zoom, by the way, please just feel free to unmute yourself and ask, since I'm not going to be able to monitor the chat the whole time. So that's one of the items that I did. At one of the places I was at, people were asking, how can I get this move better? What I say is take the arms off, execute it with just the torso initially, get used to that sensation of going the opposing direction in the torso twist. Again, this is a mirrored move. And then once you have that, then add the arms on and get comfortable with that. So it takes just practice. So anytime you're learning a new skill, imagine right now with the torso twist, this is very well ingrained in your body. The neural pathway is established. And so what you're doing is you're honing the move. You're refining the move by carving into the stone. This is Mariah's metaphor, and I love it. This is the notion that it's there and you've been doing it, and now you're just smoothing out any rough edges. This torso twist, by contrast, does not have that neural pathway. And so your body is going to resist it as you are making the pathway. Did you have a question? Yeah. Same dance angle in this case. Yep. Thank you. Good question. The other item, unless I'm hearing anything from anyone else, I'll just come over and quick check. Anything? Okay. I don't think so. Okay. Could you please? That would be very helpful, because otherwise I'm going to have to run back and forth. The other one that I did was the body wave, what I would consider a right performance angle body wave. So it's funny, when we're performing, we're in the left. Our body is usually in the left. The chest is at 12 or in the same position. This is our standard body wave. In order to perform into the 1 o'clock angle, I pick up my right foot, put it behind, and you can adjust your left foot, just so you know. And same exact body wave, except for it's mirrored. So the left arm is overhead. And again, we need this for today, for moves that we're going to learn today. From a sightline perspective, for those of you looking to improv this particular move, I'm actually using my periphery in a standard formation, whether that's a duet, a trio, quad, or bigger. I'm using my peripheral vision to see at what point in time my follower goes back. So a lot of times we do tend to do 2 and 2, but it's not always exact. So, yeah, okay. Okay. So we need those for today. So one of the moves that we're gonna learn is actually the reverse wrap. So the reverse wrap, it can have a little bit of a cue cutoff on it, just so you know. So with the full cue, okay, sometimes we will shortcut it as well and just come from a straight out arm position over to the side, turns all the way to the front, arms come up as they normally do, and now you're taking one full turn around. So there's the feet only change because of the changing of position. So again, if I'm doing the full cue on it, because sometimes I like to be dramatic, I will double plunge the arms through center. And again, just noting that they're not on my body. Out to the side, and from this point, turn towards 9 o'clock, or for us, the sink. Pivot all the way around, back to the front, our normal reverse floreo, arms up, step down, plunge through, and come all the way back to the front of the room. For anybody who's used to dancing with me, I have a tendency to shift my chest and do slides with some of this. Sometimes I try not to do the churn the heart, but there are times when I will churn the heart versus just straight across. Most of the time it's straight across though. But if you want to, add a little zhuzh to it, you can churn the heart as you're doing it. But a lot of times I don't, because the arms are out and it's going to be very noticeable. So most of the time it's just straight over to the side. So, yep. And so the feet. So the feet can feel a little funky on this one. So what I am doing is pivoting on the right foot and the left simultaneously. I'm only going to get so far. At that point, I'm going to pick it up and put it out to the side, and then do my reverse floreo out at the sides, flatten overhead, and press through and down. Questions on that one? Okay. Option 2, as I said, is to simply come from the arms straight out. Your music, for whatever reason you need to jump into it, you can just come to the side. This one is not my right shoulder at profile. It's actually somewhat the back of the shoulder at profile. So when I come around, you can actually sort of see more of my back. So I'm actually over rotating a little bit. This also makes this arm, which normally is hidden behind us when we do a regular wraparound turn, visible. So that when you see it, you see the arcing of the body. Good question. It's at the sidewall with it. Yeah, I'm not trying to look forward. I mean, you could if you're soloing, and you want to zhuzh it up and be very debonair, go ahead. But most of the time I'll look in that direction as an additional cue and give full profile. But you could also look forward if you choose. All right. Yep. Then the ecstatic. Now I've done the ecstatic before, but there's actually 3 versions of this move now. And we'll start with the original just to refresh it, and then we'll do some dancing with it from there. So the ecstatic, I consider this one to be more of the ATS version, simply because it has floreos on top of it, as opposed to mudras. And this is where that mirrored torso twist comes in. So my feet, this one, I allow the body to flatten to 12 because there's so much angular stuff happening in the spine. The spine is twisting a bit through it. So I'm stepping slightly outside. So a lot of times when we talk about our dance box is no bigger than the width of your hips or thighs, your personal hips and thighs, not mine, not anybody else's, your size. Okay. So I'm stepping on the outside edge of my box. So if my feet are in the box, this is my outside edge. Okay. Then I'm going to take my left foot behind and I'm going to level down. If this is too much for your knees for whatever reason, you can really make it shallow and just keep it nice and easy. But that's pretty much it for the feet on this side. And then they come back together. That's it. Then I still do the little baby step out to the left when I'm going to the left side. Take the right foot behind, little baby level down, back up, and that's it. So the feet are very basic. This is entirely in the upper body and the arms. So the arms are going to start out at level. They're going to teeter-totter so that the foot that's front is the arm that's down. The foot that's back is the arm that's up. So when we go to that side, left arm raises. Then the hands are going to come together to the heart. And imagine that push of the energy, the ball of energy, like with the Medusa, out. And then floreos, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 3 or 4. And then standard torso twist. So when you're going to that side, it is a standard torso twist. So the whole thing to that direction is step over, up, level down, hands come to the heart. Press that ball of energy out. Raise up out of the level as the arm comes back overhead, feet together in a comfortable position as you
Hello, Beth. We have no voice.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yes, okay, my microphone died. Sorry about that. So I'll just try to talk a little louder. Let me know if it gets too quiet. Okay. So again, just as a refresher on this one, arms start level, overhead, together to the heart, press out, rise up with our rainbow type arm, torso twist standard. Over to the side, level through the heart, press, come out, and reverse torso twist. Okay, I'll charge up my microphone and hopefully I can have it back on momentarily. Questions? Any questions?
When your hands are pressing, is one in front of the other, or are they approximately the same?
That's a good question. When it's literally like I'm holding a ball.
Okay,
And I tend to do the arm that's at shoulder height is the hand that's forward. So as I come back the other way, now I think about it.
but they're almost cupped, like you're holding your magic here.
Yeah. Yep, you got it.
Okay,
I'm holding it together. Yep. Identical to the Medusa as much as humanly possible. Okay. Do we drill? Let's drill.
And the only thing the lady said was when the music is on and you kind of hear your voice.
Oh, okay. That's probably because the microphone was dying partially. All right, I'm gonna mute my camera and put the music on. Let me know if you can't hear it.
All right, is there a question? Is that one? Yes. she's right
Yep.
there.
Moment. Wo ist, nein, Moment, Entschuldigung, where's your view when you go in the reverse wrap after the quarter turn?
So where do I land again? Okay, here.
Yes.
And then all the way back to the front. So it's my belly facing the audience. And then I have to do one full turn in order to get back to the audience again.
In the first turn, the quarter, you are looking to the wall or to the corner?
To the wall.
Thanks. Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? You said there were 3 versions of the standard? Yeah, we're not gonna cover all of them here, yes. Okay, we're getting there. All right. The last move that I'm gonna give us for slow is the under the rainbow. So the under the rainbow is, and I'll just do it. So. Front. All right, so it's with the butt. It's a step to the side with the hands falling at the left, near the left hip. And then the hands are pulling apart while they're doing floreos to get to shoulder height. Then the right foot is going to fall behind the left, and the hands are going to fall down to the right hip. And they're going to do the same thing. So this is mirror. Then I'm going to step into my right foot while I press the heels of my hands down. I'm going to kick my left foot as I bring the arms around. And then when I turn, I bring the arms around my head. And then when I'm back to the front, I unfurl the arms and get them up. So the feet is a slight step over to the side for the left. Step over to the side for the right. So again, I'm giving angular positions to the body. Step into the right foot, kick up with the left, crossover turn clockwise. Back to the front. So over, step, kick, cross, turn. Questions on the feet? I'll do it one more time, just the feet. So I step over to the left. And I have a tendency to bring my heel into the inner part where the arch is. And then when I go back, I just put the heel of the opposing foot into the arch. So do you have to do this? No, you do not have to do this, but I like the ankle on the body. And then step into the right foot, kick the left up, crossover turn. The arms is, again, they start kind of, I'll turn this way, they start at the hip, so you guys will be over here. So I am mirroring you, you got that. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 floreos. And then same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3 floreos. Then I'm going to press with the heels of my hands, keeping a nice rounded shape to the arms. Then the right arm is going to come up and the left arm down as I turn clockwise, but I'm mirroring you. So we'll do this way. So at the hip, and pull apart. At the hip, 3 floreos, pull apart. Step and press. Kick and split, arm come around the head, and they unfurl. And now I stylize the unfurl. I make it a little more fusiony. because I like the idea of like kind of throwing the energy up, but in reality, it could just be very soft, you know, out to with the elbows lifted, but sometimes I zhuzh it up. So, over. And my gaze is a profile gaze, a soft profile gaze, and I tend to look down with it. Do you have to? No, you don't have to look down. I just have a tendency to be dramatic, so I tend to look kind of on the diagonal below my shoulder line, roughly there, not all the way down, not full profile, kind of like right in this middle spot here, along with slightly lower horizontal line, my breastbone.
Start to move your arms be horizontal before you come to your hip, should it be like, oh, being a split. Is there a just
It's better here,
yeah?
because if you bring your hand down, you're gonna hit the saw up.
Mm-hmm.
So we normally start here, and then it sort of gradually floats down. Otherwise, people will be looking for a sergeant. Excellent question. Totally mistaken for a SRO when we first started doing that. So again, it's just sort of like it floats down. We try not to do that with any purpose for that very reason. Questions? Okay. All right, you want to mute that? And then,
No.
okay, I think they're good. Okay. And mute.
Beth? Can you hear me, Beth?
Yes.
Could you please repeat the end? So after that fancy knee up and turn, how do you do the arms?
So, I'm bringing them around my head. I'm just bringing them around my head as I'm turning, and then finishing the box.
Thanks a lot.
Yep. Just put it straight. Any questions? You okay? Okay, thumbs up. All right, let's do some class. Okay, you can mute me. Let's put on, we're gonna get ready to spin, spin, throw up. So we get a lot of spins today, but, let's start with the undercut. So the undercut is a nice move from the perspective that it has either a 4-count spin or an 8-count spin, depending upon how you set it up to begin with. And the part of the reason there's also a secondary variation on it is because I know over the years the arc arm has changed. So originally the arc arm, at least when I learned it, was an 8-count step. That's what it was. As time wore on, the count started to change a little bit. It could become either a 12 or a 16-count step, and it's really was more about what you felt in the music. And so that's where the undercut comes in. So the short spin variation has a longer setup on the arcing of the arm. So how it looks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it moves forward for 4. The arm looks similar, but what you notice is my back arm, my left, instead of coming over across the front of my face, it swings down and underneath, hence under. All right, so it comes forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It still has the lift of the wrist. You're going to pivot for 4 counts, but you're pivoting back on yourself clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the arm's going to split arm for 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the reason for the arm is because sometimes I don't count. Sometimes I get lost in the music and I'm just enjoying it and I'll drag it out. So the arm is an indicator, it's a cue to you that it's the short one. So when the arm is like this, it is the 4 count spin on it. It kind of eliminates the concern, because sometimes people count and sometimes they don't. And this way it just makes it a little easier for people to figure out. By contrast, the 8 count spin is a bit more thick and has more the traditional 8 count arm type setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and spin 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the arms are level. Again, you don't have to do it that way, but it's the easiest way for us to keep track of how many times am I spinning. Am I spinning 4 count? Am I spinning 8? So again, I'll set up the short spin first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? The long spin version, again, a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, spin 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, anybody looking to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in this way, if you have people who aren't as used to spinning or who get dizzy, they have a nice 4 count spin to ease into it instead of going straight for the 8 counts as possible. So I'll do that.
There's a lot of people watching.
Okay.
Taking
All
it.
right. Okay. I'll do it again. I'll do 4 and then 8. I'll slow my timing down then just a little bit. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, your and becomes your transition if you're wondering about where the arms finish. I tend to finish in the count and then I use the and. Same thing on the second. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or 2 counts of 8. However you wish to. Questions?
That was great. Really.
Excellent. All right. Let's drill it, since we have a lot of spin concepts today. We'll just drill it right away.
Beth,
Yes,
I'm sorry, I have a question.
certainly.
I put the video on. So after the arm thing
Yep,
and the pivot, I used to pivot over the left shoulder, so counterclockwise. Did you change that for that special move? Or
yes,
did I miss it something? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Good.
It's for this move only. So, cause you're right, normally the arc arm goes counterclockwise over the left shoulder.
Yeah.
But for this move, we're intentionally going backwards.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Where are you putting your hip for those? Or are you getting going to the corners? Or are you going a little bit farther so that you're back to the front in time to spin?
I don't know what I'm even thinking about. I'm just breaking it up to get myself around as quickly as possible. Because even if I don't make it all the way to the
Well,
front,
and. Okay.
all right, good. Okay. I tried to give you a different wing at the end. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't teach it. All right, I'm gonna teach it now. Someone asked, what is the name What is the? Undercut, can you put it in the chat? Whoops. Let's just cover that guy right now.
That's a quick question on the undercut.
Yes,
The short lead in and the long lead in, do they correlate with the spins or are they?
yes, they absolutely do.
Okay.
They absolutely correlate with the spins.
So the short lead in should be the short spin.
Okay, the short lead in is the long spin.
Okay.
The long lead in is the short spin.
Okay.
There's one other thing.
With the haircut.
I want to ask when you make the version with 2 spins, you have all counted for 4, and for the version of 4 turns, they counted all of 2. Is it right? All the time it was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so let me count it with 16. So that
Yes,
it's more,
yes.
yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
All is now. All you change 4 counts. The arms, the feet, the side. Okay.
Yes.
And by the different version, 2 counts.
Correct, that sounds correct. I'll just do it one more time just to make sure we have the full 16. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5,
Yep.
6, 7, 8. Yes, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, 2 counts.
Okay.
Since I threw the one-armed roundhouse at us at the very end there, let me cover that. So, the one-armed roundhouse is a mirroring move. So it does the same mirroring, that the other side did. Don't cut off the angle, and here's what I mean. So it's got the same Chico 4 corners feet, but it, or roundhouse feet, but it stops and angles at the end. So what I'm doing is stepping into the front corner on my 1 and 2, stepping back with the left, 3 and 4, stepping back with the right, 5 and 6, and then I'm just pivoting my body in order to do the shoulder shimmy, because it's only a 2-count shoulder shimmy, so it's very quick. Then, because this is the free foot, I'm going to step into that front left corner with the left hip, 1 and 2, back, 3 and 4 right hip, back, 5 and 6 left, and then I'm going to pivot back into my original performance angle at 11 for the 15 and 16 technically. This is 16 counts in its entirety, so even though I sometimes count it as 8, it's the whole 16 count. So it ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for the feet. So I'm stepping right corner, left corner, pivot hold, left front, left back, right back, pivot hold. So that sometimes gets confusing for people because they're not used to doing the left side dominant on that roundhouse. On that, we're stopping the action and folding it back in on itself to mirror it. So that sometimes messes people up. The hip that's going initially is the same arm that starts up is my right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm just doing it flat so people can see it on the video. Then left sided. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so it feels funny for a while until the pathway is built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll let that settle for a second.
Feet are flat, just like the roundhouse.
Yes, feet are flat. Any other questions? I'll do it again. So after you're done writing, you can try it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, for some of you who are used to this move, let's talk a little bit about hands, arm position, and floreo. It is a reverse floreo as it sweeps down. It is a regular floreo as it sweeps up. It is a reverse floreo as it sweeps down, and then not just regular shoulder shimmy arm position. Now my elbows are a little relaxed today. Cut me some slack. I don't feel like doing it like this. All right, so it's just very relaxed for today. Same thing, reverse, regular, reverse, and hold. Reverse, regular, reverse, and hold. Reverse, regular, reverse, and hold. For the people who are wondering, and I'm trying to cut the pie in half, more or less, on the diagonal. So it's about here, 1, 2, 3, 4, more or less, 5, 6, 7, 8, just test that area. So I'm not militant about it. So questions?
No.
Okay, let's drill it.
Wunderbar.
Please, Heike, mute yourself because we others can't see Beth as a speaker.
Was?
Schalt dich mal stumm, bitte.
Okay, I unmuted you. All right. Any questions on the one-armed roundhouse or the undercut, the two variations of the undercut? All right. Let's do the triple box step. So the triple box step is exactly what it sounds like. It's actually, it's tripling the box step. And, it's, not terribly, difficult necessarily. It's pretty intuitive. It's interesting to see what others in the world are doing with this move though. So I plan to bring some of that back. Actually, the point in time after it's in the body and not just in the head. Triple box step. We cue this out of the arms already up. And it takes a while. There are probably easier ways to do it, but for simplicity's sake, this is what we're doing. We have other box up variations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, So it's, I would consider this relatively straightforward for anybody who's used to doing a triple. You know, we're calling our shot. Yep, we're calling our shot. We're going to that wall first. And we just bring the arms up and hit. It's just easier. This one might actually truly be considered dialect because I don't know how much explanation it would need. Most people see a turn and then assume it's turning to that side. So, questions? How many counts is that? I think that's like 24 counts or something. Darn close. If you're not doing, oh no, it's gotta be 32 because you're doing one, you know. Yeah, so 32 counts in total bring it to the front. And some clever people have done something with it. I was just saying I got happy and messed with some things, so sorry about that. I do that sometimes, where I'm just feeling music and I'm like, wait, that's not the jam. Any questions at all? Okay, are you moving here that I think you are to the triple? I feel like I'm like an and behind. Oh. I have to land there by 4. So you might be slightly behind. But 4, you've got, yes, I see what you're saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes. So you've got to be slightly ahead of it, because in order to have the right foot free, that's the only way you're gonna make it. So you've got to be just slightly ahead.
And it's the same as the triple box.
You got it. Exactly. So the
Okay.
same thing happens for that. Then queuing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and. So I've got to be there by the end in order to make it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, I take that for granted, but yes, and that happens the whole time, and that's probably why you're also behind as well. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm all ready.
You're taking bigger steps. I think what I'm doing is I'm walking in doing corners, right? Versus
Yeah, I'm
pivoting.
pivoting.
Mhm.
Yep, I'm pivoting on, or hook turn, depends on which
Yeah,
move I'm doing,
yes.
right? I'm either cross turning or hook turning to get there faster. Yeah, I use the ball and the heel of both of my feet frequently to move quicker around. The other one is I do walk. Good observation. Anything else from them? All right, then. You guys get one more move, and then we're gonna drill the hell out of everything. Then, the last hour is experimental Tamarind. And I'll show you some of the stuff that's sort of being worked on. And my own people don't know about this stuff. So everybody's getting the sneak peek after this move, but we're gonna get you the smooth first. Okay? So this move is the double back, double barrel. And it's another spin type move. I know I've taught this in Germany before, and I've taught it here as well, but it probably is good as a refresher. It's a 16 count move, and again, it's a mirroring move on the start, on the 8 counts in the beginning. It's an arm that looks like a barrel turn. So I want to say that cautiously, because some people, if you can do full barrels, yeah, please feel free. Have my blessing and roll. But a lot of times, some people don't have the mobility in their upper back in order to do full barrel turns. And so this is attainable for everyone, and it's a switch of the arm on the back end. So for this particular move with the double back, I am opening up. I'm not keeping this into this angle. I am letting it open for the audience on the cue. So as I'm doing my double back, you will see that my lower body moves from 11 to 1. I will permit that to happen in this case, because it's a mirror move, and I'm really trying to make sure people see the cue. So the opening of it, in addition to the arm, is partially the cue. So when I do my double back, I'm bringing my right arm over to meet my left, and then bringing it overhead like a rainbow to open up for my 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 is left side now coming over. 5, 6, 7, 8. And this, I should be back into my paddle turn spin position. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of the few times you get to break the rules to set up the double back. Otherwise, the double back, stays very tightly contained for lower body. We try not to move that guy around too much. But for this, I am letting it open fully. Again, arm over to the side and up, and over to the side and up. And I'm just gonna tip. So if you saw me from overhead, I'm keeping that arm bent. And so it's a nice, soft, rounded bend to it. I will let my elbow come in a little bit to make it look like the hands are meeting, and then open it back out for my spin. The spin is our traditional paddle turn spin for 8 counts. The difference is the arms for the first 2 are here, as they normally would be. But for 5, 6, 7, and 8, our second 2 spins, they're gonna change so that the right is down, the left is up. And then when I'm pivoting towards the back, I have switched back so that the left is down and the right is up. Switch, right down, left up, switch, left down, right up on those last 2 counts. So it's mimicking a barrel turn type arm. And again, if you can do barrel turns, that's fine, but a lot of people can't. And the other problem is if you get too into the barrel turn, you'll pull your timing off. So this at least makes it even out a little bit. All right, so again, the first 2 spins are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and there, that's it. Okay. Again, just the spin portion with the arms, and then we'll cover the cue on it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and sour. Blank. Okay. So the whole thing together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh.
So the first half of the spin, your arms are out inside, and then the second half of the spin.
Correct. Yep, correct. And we will do this turn out of a regular double back, usually a half turn. So after we're done half turning, you come back to the front. Look for the possibility of this happening. So what I mean is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8 to the back wall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a spin into it. That's pretty common to do. Can it be done without that side? Absolutely. Can it be done with the double back in front? Yes. Without the double back half turn? Yes. So there's variations that can happen. But our most common is this little transition. But in theory, can be done with anything. So, questions? Okay. Everybody? How we doing? Yay! All right. Everybody's ready for another drill? Or people like, yeah, I could use a little bit of a bathroom break. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll do a little baby stretch kind of thing. And let me find a song for that. And then we'll hit it again. We'll go back to it. Let's just you want me to mute you? Please.
ले हर छाँव की कतरे मिल जाए तो पी ले छाँव की कतरे मस्त सफर है मस्ती से गुजरना सूरज चढ़े तो किरणों को पी ले मस्त सफर है धूप उठा ले लंबा सफर है काम देगी छाँव भी रख ले थकने लगेगा आराम देगी करारी है सख्त है सुपारी है ए जिंदगी चकले सुबह की निहारी है मेरे से जाकर पकती है यारों दिल रोशन रखना गले लगे तो करती है जिंदगी आई है ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ आखिरी आखिरी जिंदगी ओ आखिरी आखिरी ओ आखिरी आखिरी ओ ओ ओ ओ
Questions? Any questions? I messed with the ending. So if anybody was like, hey, that's not the Arabic doctrine. You're absolutely correct. I screwed with it. It is, but it's not. So, any questions? All right. We're gonna drink water for what, 3 minutes-ish? 3 or so minutes, come back 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're gonna start on crazy news that no one has seen. Well, maybe seen, but like, what? So, go ahead, take a break. Do you want to mute it? Do you want me to mute it? Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do today is not even known by my troop at this point. So sometimes when I'm on my trips, I'm either struck by inspiration because I see something, which did happen this trip in Chile, or I'm taking from someone else with permission. So we do add to the format for us. And this particular move was actually a gypsy caravan move that I saw something entirely different than what it actually was. I viewed it differently. And how I viewed it was not so much as a move onto itself, but actually a horizontal partner pass. That's what I saw. Now, it probably could be done as a move onto itself, because I was cueing it by looking over my right shoulder. So it probably could be done alone. And because the troop that did it was, I believe, Blue Lotus, not the Blue Lotus from Chicago, but a different one. And that's why I said I'll double check the name on that, so don't hate me on the name. I see her face, and I just don't want to say her true name wrong, but it was Blue something. And so we're calling it the Blue Propeller because it was her troop that I saw doing, even though it was inspired by a gypsy caravan. So still crediting. And basically what it is it's a 16 count move. So here's what we do in Tamarind when things are up for consideration is someone, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's other people, will say, hey, I've got an idea for a move. And they'll bring it to the troop and we'll do it for the troop and we'll figure out, okay, does this fit? Is there anything else that cues like it? Is the cue clear? Does it need some sort of change or filter, and does it fit the format? If it doesn't fit the format, it doesn't go into the improv side, but it might go into the fusion side of the house. And so this particular move, the Blue Propeller, came from my trip to Seattle, and I believe it's 16 counts, if I recall correctly. And forgive me, it's new to even my body, so the pathway isn't honed. This is your sneak peek. So the pathway isn't honed yet, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an Arabic over to the side for 4 counts, and then a pivot for the next 4 walk around. For me, I prefer pivots. And it mirrors itself. So when it goes over to the right side, the arm travels down the body as we're doing the Arabic. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get myself into a propeller type arm for my 5, 6, 7, 8, and I leave the arms overhead as much as humanly possible, because now I'm going to mirror it by going back to the left, by brushing my left arm down. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Blue Propeller. Now in this case, I really tried to keep my head forward, because if my troop decides that we're going to do this as a move onto itself, then I'll use the head cue to do the partner pass. And this would be a lead change. So the hard part is when we come back to this side, we don't change, even though it's going to be a natural inclination to do so. So what I mean by that is, do you feel comfortable? So you'll take the lead, and that means you'll end up in my position. Well, you still move with the first foot. Yeah, you know about it. So it ends up being 1, 2, oh, no, you'll stay, you'll go with me. Yeah, that's the hard part, that's why. So yeah, that's the hard part, that's why I'm like, this one's screwing, that's why we move and we move the whole time, so it ends up being in time together. 1, 2, 3, 4, so now here's where we're gonna switch positions. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we go back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what we're gonna end up with.
The lead change happens there,
Yeah,
and she's already in lead to bring it back.
correct.
So I need to, sweet, instead of if I was just doing it sliding, and you just kind of slide down forward.
Yeah, for the first part of it. Yep, you got it. Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you think? Love it. Okay. So what we're doing is we're putting it through the filter, right? We're checking. Is there anything that we know of that goes this way in an Arabic with one arm brushing down the side? I do not. Nothing in our format that I am aware of. And I'm also flattening it out. So instead of trying to keep it on the angle, I'm also trying, as I'm going, I'm looking and flattening it out. And now here we could be on the angle because we're not gonna trade back, right? And I actually don't mind doing it as a left-sided Arabic, even though the left foot does not normally lead that way. But it could also be done with a crossover on the right. So this is something she literally just learned. So this is the sneak peek. So we're calling it the blue propeller. So I think it could probably be done just as a move by keeping the face forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then doing the partner pass, I can look to let as a cue.
You could also do it as a lineup.
Yeah. You can do lots of things.
Change complete formation, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to modify some of it.
Yeah.
The person would have to not, they would have to stay. Yeah, no, yeah. This is the Tamarind lab portion of it.
There's one other thing that it could be similar to, but I think it's needed.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I don't think it's an issue in that related.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Now, it's good to know.
It's a count question on that, so I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because
1, 2, 3, 4.
I better do the right foot since everybody's used to right feet. Although I am inclined to do my left because I'm doing a left crossover turn or a right foot turn. If I do a right foot turn, it will work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that will work as well.
So you're turning, you're not Arabic.
When I'm doing the turn, that is correct. I'm walking. I'm not doing the Arabic on top of it. I tried and it looks funny.
Okay.
I mean, I'll show it to you, but to me, it looks funny. It looks like a clown. It looks funny like a clown.
Yeah, no, it's kind of.
And it kind of looks like you're breathing. So that's why I was like, maybe not that one. So what do my people in Germany think? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I like that.
I see 2 thumbs up and other people going, I'm not responding to this. Okay, so. All right.
I like it because it's clear, it's intrinsic, and like a nice shape.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
feel
it functions at the bottom to where you can stack a lot of stuff on top.
yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, so most of you already know me that I like things like Legos. You know, I can take a component And if I can build on it and use it in new and interesting ways, I'm sure Gabby is already thinking about what she can do with it. It's a very, it feels clean and it feels good to me. The original move, as I saw it executed, okay? Now it's been a really long time since I've seen Gypsy Caravan and people doing Gypsy Caravan specifically, but it was basically a cross and then a change of the arm and back. And that's what it was, but I saw this instead.
That usually used to have a back switch, which was also similar.
Yeah, that's possible, yeah. So, all right. So I'm just calling blue for color. Love it. All right, yay. So, so this one, people may not like, and I'm still working on the arms on this one. Because our moves, some of our moves actually have roots in the Tunisian dance form, in the Tunisian art. And one of the things about Tunisian is that there's a lot of twisting. There's a lot of internalized psoas twisting that happens. So like our Arabic hip twist is not supposed to be gotten by twisting the foot. It's actually supposed to be pulling the hip in and pulling into the psoas. What I call putting the money in the pocket, to me, is what it feels like. And putting the money in the pocket. But this one is inspired by Mariah because Mariah does a lot of Tunisian dance, and she did this as part of an exercise where we were changing the isolation on the roundhouse. So we were messing with the roundhouse. We were saying, okay, let's try it with an actual bump where it's a one-sided bump, but that's the cheaper four corners, right? Most people understand. We had our standard, okay? And then she did it with a twist. Now that twist is a devil. It's a devil. And I don't have this in the body by any means, but it's a 3/4 twist into the psoas. And it makes it tricky. And I was gonna call it the water pot twist because I like the water pot arm with it. And I thought, ooh, what a pretty way to do that twist, to demarcate it. But it's tricky. And I'm trying to figure out, should it be flat? Because it would certainly make it easier if it's flat. Or do I let it be flat and have a variation with I thought about it. Yeah, I thought about it, where it would be arms totally up. Yep. Yep, they'll be right there. Yeah. Done. Yep. Yep. Now, the hard part's gonna be trying to not make the arms staccato with this hip. Because the hip is very in staccato. So it's going to be really easy to wanna make the arm staccato, and you might not get the full pattern. So options is we leave the arm there later or longer, take a longer period of time. Because it's a 4-count arm anyhow, right? So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not easy to do at all. And that's part of the reason why I think it should be flat-footed. Thoughts?
4 counts changing the arms instead of 2 counts changing the arms like down on the ground, right?
Yeah. I know, tricky, right? All right, Gabby, what's your thoughts? Or anybody else who wants to have a say?
I would change the arms in 4 counts. In 2 counts, it's too hurry. It's too fast.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, so four counts
Yeah.
makes sense.
So, because then we're here, right? So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Woo, woo, we start up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist, 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 twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I agree with you. I think the 4 count arm is a definite must.
But it looks like a hard job. It's really hard, I think,
yeah,
because the 3/4 twist.
yeah, and the way she does her twist is actually with a pull in and on the balls of the feet. And I thought, well, there's not really anything that does that in ATS, right, in the format.
Right.
But we do have Egyptians that do twist. So we have this, so it would be easier to keep it flat-footed and do twists on it versus this, which is beautiful, or it could be both.
Yeah.
But it's harder. Definitely harder to do. So, water pot twist was what I was thinking. We could name it because it's a twist and it's a water pot.
It might not have a cue because you simply go into it. Can you, how would you go? How do you enter that?
I was toying with the idea of an arm that, like through an Arabic. But I don't want to come back down. That's my hard part. So I was thinking through an Arabic and then it went or something. Something very simple.
Something else. If we could land and go in, you might need that 8 counts. If you
Yeah.
Get there,
Yeah.
and then go.
Yeah, because at one point I was like, well, it would look cool if I was doing something from an arm shoulder head.
Sure.
And then when I come through,
Okay, yep.
it would be much easier to see. You know what I mean? Because if my arms were here, so if we were doing like a shimmy, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's tricky. I'll try to go slower.
Did you default to twice similar to the ground half in Chico?
Probably, yeah. And that's why originally I was thinking, oh, well, if we had it in the balls instead of the flats of the feet. If we had it in the balls of the feet, I think I would do one arm pattern for the first one. And a second arm pattern for the second. You know, that was another idea. Yeah, so it seems like either could work.
But if you cue it stepping it forward first before moving on to the angle.
Right? Yeah, well, that's where I'm like, right? So it's figuring out, what is the cleanest way of doing it. I definitely think the arm is a dead giveaway. Because we didn't cue a water pot, and the water pot arms always start down. So this one, if they start up, it's definitely cleaner. What do we think about it being on the balls of the feet though?
I think you can't swivel properly if you're flat-footed. I mean, you can, but it's all internal, right? If you want
It's internal.
serious swivel, you should be,
Yeah,
maybe not all of the people, your heel should be different.
yeah. Yeah, I see, yeah.
You see, yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because for me, the thing is, a lot of times people tend to twist their foot. And I don't want that.
You want
This needs to be internalized. Twist needs to be internalized, so that's why it's like, you'd probably be okay if the heel is able to be up, but it's not a true swivel.
Okay.
This is not the action of the twist. That we have, it's the internalized. So let's try it. Let's use them. Let's see if I'm boring the shit out of people. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try it with the alternating arm. All right. Let's come on, Shane. Just using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How are you gonna do it again? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The arm pattern is gonna take a minute to get through, right? Because it's gonna start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's try it one more time. Finish up. See if we can get these two, and then drill a song again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like it. I like it. I feel like I like it.
I think you have to stress that as opposed to a water pot, you're not aiming for a position to hold it. It's a consistently moving arm. There's no stop in it.
Yeah, no stop.
That'll help.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys think? Is newer?
It's kind of like Zoe's twist.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like it's an internalized psoas twist. Yeah. So it's not executed with knees. The knees are, the knees are going as a result of the pull in. So I'm thinking, put it in the pocket was I twist, 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 twist. And the only thing that's even remotely close is the Egyptian. But because the Egyptian uses the swivel of the foot, that's where it will branch in a different fashion.
What if you started with an Egyptian to get into it, where you're 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it? Right. Okay.
Nice try.
What the tendency becomes if you start something where that's not the movement you want, then you have to change it.
Correct.
Right? So that can get a little funny.
Yeah, because what I think people would do, I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. But I think the inclination of most students would be then to try to twist into it.
Yeah.
Because you just did the Egyptian.
So then it changed. I gotcha.
Yeah, that's the challenge when you're making something new and you're creating it, right? Is to put it through the filter that now again, our Egyptians were actually a Tunisian step. That's where, in part, there was some of that came from there, and it was an internalized twist. So, roots, where did it come from? How far back are we going? So I feel like the genesis is there, the seed is there, but this one I recognize as difficult. So I think for the sake of simplicity, we keep it flat-footed, and we'll play with it. Let's put on, you know what? Let's find something totally different because let's find a slower song, something that we're not gonna blow. Yeah. Ooh, Indian shower. Indian music tends to be a little relaxed. Oh, let's do this one. All right, I think I figured out the move on the blue propeller when we're coming back to the left. It took me a second, and it dawned on me that with the kick, you do the right foot behind the left. So as I'm coming across, as long as after I've finished, as long as I step, and I'm still stepping on my left, but at least my right is behind. So it makes it an easier transition. So even if by some chance you step on the right, and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, you still can step 5, 6, 7, 8 and get away. Or if you're actually doing 1, 2, 3, 4, you can still step. Yeah. Then it's easier than just putting your foot. Yeah, then that way, as long as the timing is on, that felt cleaner to me instead of me. At first, I was trying to cross my right over, and that does not work. And you keep your Arabic with my right crossed over. Yeah. Wait.
So if you're doing Arabic to the side and that virtually what you're doing, just put it to the back and move to the left.
Yes, but I still need to land. That's why it doesn't matter, because I still need to land with the weight in that foot to cross. So as long as the left is free, so it doesn't actually.
Because you cross over and versus. Yes. Perfect, yes.
Yeah, that's why the foot is less important,
Right.
as long as the timing is there. Yeah, so,
Wrist on the hand or on board.
for the undercut, for the blue propeller.
You know, I don't.
Oh,
What do you mean, 3, 4, and?
yeah, I think it's 1, 3, 4, and, okay, that's what I'm doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I'm able to put in there.
Yeah.
It's propeller.
Because it's the propeller. And I know the propeller is normally only done slow, but in this case, I feel like it's, you know, the arm. So, how'd it go for the people on the Zoom? Did you like it? Okay, I see some thumbs up, see some likes. I see some people not wanting to say anything. Yeah.
Would you be filling with any of this or not?
Oh, God.
Okay.
But we're not covering that, so.
Baby steps.
I was wondering if they were intended to be slow or intended to be fast.
No, these are fast. These are fast moves.
Okay.
So these are my fast moves. That's why I'm counting. So, yeah. Because this one would be. Hold on. And then water pots, we probably. I'm seeing how I know it's actually too. Yeah, standard or volley. All right, so now we've got 2 moves left, and these are slow, so that we're winding down and slow. And admittedly speaking, the one I love, but I don't know that it fits group improvisation. That said, I think it could, from the perspective that I think it could, from the perspective that the arm pattern is distinct enough that I don't think anyone would confuse it with anything else. And this is actually a Mariah move that I did not totally understand, that I changed the arm and she loved it. And so she's like, no, let's do it your way. And I'm like, okay. So the arms are basically making like circles or a figure 8. I guess it depends on how you're viewing it. Like if you're viewing it from far or whatever. And I'll show it to you. Where this differs is that we don't do anything on the angles for our Mayas or reverse toxins, whichever term you wish to use. And I was actually doing this in my, oops, let's start it this way. I was actually doing this in my solo or in my solos. And so this one, I'm questioning whether or not it will work. Now, technically, it can, because there's no arm pattern that's going to do it. The challenge is actually in the body, in the low body, because I'm opening and basically doing Maya or reverse tuck seam or whatever the nomenclature is, forward on the 1, back on the 7, back on the 5, forward on the 11, side on the 3, side on the 9. 1, 5, 7, 11, 3 to 9. So this is again not a pattern that we do. Then the only thing that even comes remotely close, aside from a reverse tuck seam, is a like a hip circle or something that has that feeling of roundedness to it, but that's about it. And the arms are going back and through, and then oh, I'm sorry, I think I had it wrong. As I come forward, I want the arm forward, and back. It's a little funky. And the arms are actually easier. Her arms are easier than mine. Mine feels like it's an opening. So hold on, let's see if I can do this. So it's there.
But they're there,
And there. Correct.
they don't have their own direction, they are mimicking the direction of it.
Correct.
So, and your right arm is following the right hand.
Yes. However the hell you need to explain it. Yes. You guys have explained it better than I even could. Because I'm just doing it. Like, I don't even have words for it. I'm just thinking.
Out, up and out.
Yeah. And I actually had thought about doing this as the bumpy heart, like, because that's an arm pattern that we utilize today. But I don't know that it really matters. Now, it would be even cooler to be able to add some floreos onto it, you know, or something. But I'm like, the hip pattern's hard enough. So at some point, I think this will evolve. The hands will evolve. For now, it's gross motor movement for me. So again, the hip is 1, 7, 5, 11, 3 to 9. Arms are same. So opening on the 1, closing in, and then opening on the back, or whatever you want to say about it. So. I don't know how to play. Jeanette loves it, that's what she said, so. Oh, I got it, oh! I'm with you, I'm with you. This is the Chinese secret, the ancient Chinese secret. Remember those commercials? Yeah, the ancient Chinese secret. I don't remember what. It was probably. But that one was for? Yeah. I don't remember. I don't.
Oh my god, it's gonna look so good. So good.
Yeah. Now I will say this about the knees. This move requires a deeper bend in order to get the opening and to not squeeze the back. Okay, these are openers, and so I'm opening through the psoas. This part will squeeze as a result, but you don't want to contract it. The goal is not to think of the back as like contracting up. The goal is to think of opening through the front.
This is the clover, correct?
The clover. The shape. Yep. And she came here and she taught this. She taught this move. And now mind you, she also lifts her heels in some cases. and makes it deeper. So I think in my ATS posture, if my feet are on the floor, my feet can't be on top of each other. My knees need a little more bend to them. So that way I feel like this is my lift, this is my up, right? This is my standard posture up. And this is just free to go. It's just relax.
Are you flattening a little or are you staying in there?
I think this one can flatten. Because your hips are turning. You know what I mean? So
Right.
this could probably be to the front because there's so much happening with it that you don't even look.
Gonna add a cue as well. If you're in something that's in advanced table, breathe to an adjustment and then think it from there.
Yeah.
I think that makes it super clear.
Well, and that's the other reason why I like the hand in front of the heart. So she sees this as like a heart chakra type of movement, which makes sense to me because it's like you're offering out, you know, that from your heart. And so to me, this is the start of it, is to get my hands here. So no matter what I'm doing, if I'm not in performance angle, I have to get here first and then open through it. And again, the timing on this thing, my arms are still, the pattern for me is not set yet. So I'm still working through the pattern in my head to time it all together. Because right now my hips are faster than my arms are. And so I'm trying to get them all so that they're timed at the timing. So that way it looks like my elbow is pushing the hip down on the right side. Does that make sense? Because our reverse top seam, our Maya, whatever again, people's terms are, is pushed down by the elbow. So this one has that feeling where the right, my elbow is pushing down the hip. And so that's how I envision it. So it's still a little wanky there because I don't have it.
Nope, this is it from the film.
Well, good, good. All right.
What are the positions of the?
Say it again?
Yeah.
1 to 7, 5 to 11, 3 to 9.
Which is why you need to be flat, because you can't get to 7 if you're at, right, yeah.
And you know how our torso twists have our shoulder blades come together to form the heart? This is like the hip part, almost. Because as I come back, then I have to, you know what I mean? I have to get back to this spot over here. So that's why it's a little, that, to me, at least that's how I do it. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's like I've gone diagonal, now I'm going like my heart to the backside, then down to the front, and then side to side. So for me, the largest movement, the biggest challenge is from 7 to 5 and not rushing 7 to 5. And if you can do that, then you can also do it with a regular vaccine. So, and I think if we did it with a regular toxine, that would be more natural to the ATS because we tend to do toxines or figure eights more frequently than we do reverse. But I like opening and sort of feeling like my weight is kind of being pushed out versus this feels like it's being pulled in. And I think they both could work, but I would need a different arm. I would need something totally different in order. And I mean, it could be like if I were doing it as like a fusion, you know, I can play with it. But yeah.
So you were opposed to, because usually your feet are very much planted in space. Staying here and considering certain people's mobility or hip, are you opposed to stepping into, staying flat, but if it's stepping into the point.
No, I'm not opposed to that.
Alright.
I can see where that might be necessary, as long as they're not,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, as long as it's not outside the box, but yeah, well, cause that's one of the reasons why I thought, you know, even if you lifted hips, the original, okay, Maya is named after the woman who created it. So the heels were lifted. So I cannot tell you what happened in time, that ours, the feet are flat. So I would think that this is one of those where a heel lift or a movement is acceptable to me personally. Because I think it looks cool. What do you guys think? On my, yes, no? Or Gabrielle? No? Yes? You guys are so quiet. Wake up. I'm trying to, we're in the creative process together. Do you feel it? Do you feel the creative process? All right, I love you. All right, so the next move is, I actually already have this move. This move exists in the fusion world, but I thought to myself, why doesn't this move exist in the ATS world? And so I was struck with inspiration. So it's called the Cleo, C-L-E-O, based on, I was naming a lot of my moves off of goddesses and mythological figures. And so in the fusion version of this move, we're doing a reverse top seam and then finishing it with a shoulder wave down. And then it goes back potentially the other way. And the arm wraps around the head. And it's a beautiful move, but I thought, okay, if I need to change this up, what can I do with this? So I think I want to definitely keep the reverse top seam, if you will. My question is whether or not we want, it was basically 1.5. Okay, so it was like right, left, right, transition, left, right, left, transition, right, left, right. And then we're angled into one. Or if it would be better, right, left, right. Now I don't like that as much, only because I feel like people will rush through it. And it feels like you're dropping into it. And so I have 1, 2, 3. Now my waist transition here so that it's easier for me to step up and go left, right, left. So it's the same Chico 4-corner or one-armed roundhouse movement. And then it comes here. And here's where our left angled body wave finally gets a showcase. So what I was thinking about for arms is around the head, 2, 3, out to the shoulders, and up, and around, and then around, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and body weight. Now, mind you, my arms are not used to this yet because I have the other pattern in my muscle memory. But the hips, so it would wrap around itself like the Medusa, almost. But I'd be stepping with it. So I'd be wrapping around my head on the first part of it, like the Medusa. Then my arms are going to start to come out to shoulder height. And I can leave them there, but I should really start bringing my left arm up when I'm at the back, doing the right. So that way I can come into a split arm. And it feels intuitive to me. Thoughts?
Terry had a moving Maya with a veil.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, yep,
This
Yeah.
is,
yeah. So let's see if we can do it flat to the front, because I feel like that's, the arms are what's gonna trip us up, at least initially. So I'm thinking right, left, right. Left, right, left. Now, mind you, we're gonna be doing a left-hand side here. So then it'll be right, left, right, Maya. I'm sorry, body wave into the one. Then wrap around the head again. Left, right, left. Right, left, right. And you know what? Why don't we bring it to the heart? And right, left, right, into the body weight. I think that's gonna be more intuitive to come out of the heart and split the arm instead of trying to keep it and just go up. We don't do anything like that today in this plan. So 1, 2, 3, left, right, left. 2, 3, body wave, left, right, left, that's the hip. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. Body wave. 1, 2, 3, 1, whatever. Who cares? That's the minor part of it. So let's try it with the move. So coming into the front right corner on the one first. Right, left, right. Second, left, right, left. Second, right, left, right, and body weight, body. That's gonna take a minute. We're gonna get one, right, left, right, wrong, right, wrong, left, body weight, body. Okay, I fucked it up that time. Let's do it again. Oh, that's fine. Okay. I got you. And I actually think we should leave them to the heart until we turn back to the front and then open them. Is that it?
Yeah, that was it, yep. So we can think of, oh, I have to sort out and then hold and about.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it'll be, cleaner, if that way people aren't popcorning and how else quickly they can are, so. This left is a double one for the relations. And the funny thing is I do it with the other one with ease, so that's what I mean, like the arm pattern, sometimes go, you know.
very one arm around that shoulder.
Yes, it is, definitely. So again. One. No, well, we could. Everyone's like, oh, fuck. I saw some people go, what? No, not that direction. Yeah, yeah, and that's where I think, that's where the opening of the arm is gonna help that feeling. It'll help you to feel like you're starting at the top versus, you know, lifting up from the bottom. That, good? Yeah, everybody like it? Yeah, rolling? You guys are so quiet. Thank you. Yes, thumbs up. I saw a thumbs up. All right, let's do a slow song. Let's throw it at us.
Is that one also a reverse?
You got a heart. Yes. How was that? Was that fun? Oh my God, I had so much fun. Did you guys feel like you're part of Tamarind? You're totally part of Tamarind right here. We let you guys join us and give us some feedback. I appreciate all the feedback. So what do you guys think? You had fun? Yeah. Okay. The people in the room did. Did you have fun? All right, I'm seeing smiles and stuff. All right. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the recording now. We're recording, right? I hope we're recording. All right, that little stop button there. Right there. This guy right here. Um,